Hello, everyone. I've been attacked. Thank God it wasn't worse. I have to turn on the light. Nothing like this has ever happened to me in my life. Oh, let me put this on. So I've been attacked. I was attacked in broad daylight, in public, by a stranger in Kamloops. Nothing like this has ever happened to me in my life. I had to go to the hospital to get stitches and to get a splint put on my pinky finger, which is broken. That's what the x-ray showed. Thank God it wasn't worse. I thought I was going to die. When it was happening, I thought I was going to die. I thought, oh, this is how you're going out. Thank God it wasn't worse. So I'll tell the story what happened. I was out in the early morning, 5:30, 6 in the morning, somewhere around there, collecting empty bottles and cans. Okay? Collecting empty bottles and cans. Because for people who don't know about this, if you're not from BC, you might not know. When you buy like pop or a drink, like Gatorade, whatever it may be, beer, you pay a deposit on the container, and then you can return that container and get the deposit back. Most people don't. Most people just throw it in the garbage. So there's money to be made from collecting these empty cans and bottles. Go to the recycle depot and turn them in for money. And given I've never been the type to go around collecting empty bottles and cans my whole life, but I've been driven to out of necessity recently because inflation, the high cost of living, and my income just simply isn't enough for all the expenses that I have in the month. So this is something I've been doing. I also enjoy being active and walking around and listening to music. And I've been wanting to lose weight, get in better shape, and this is how I've gone about doing that. I have lost weight and gotten in better shape as a result. So it's also that's part of the motivation as well. And I went out this morning. I was up all night making a music video. I made a really nice music video of I always forget the name of that song. Like It or Not. Like It or Not. So with my own vocals, and this was my previous. I did another one the day before, but this one, I mean, I'm not a good singer, but the previous one, the first one I did was especially bad. So I re-recorded it, and I'm also learning my methods. So what I'm using to record and what apps and blah blah blah. So I re-recorded it and posted that. But that was up all night making that. Then it was early morning. I'm still awake. So I thought, I was deciding, should I go to sleep or should I go and collect cans? And I decided to go and collect cans, even though I was really tired, because Sunday morning and 5, 6 in the morning, it's basically the best time because you're going to get all the cans that have been left out from the Saturday before anybody else pretty much has had a chance to grab them. And, Fridays and Saturdays, summertime, it's a big time for people to be drinking and leaving cans around. And indeed, I did find a lot. And so I was in a strip mall parking lot, looking for cans, collecting cans. And I was getting a bad vibe. I was getting a bad vibe. I was getting a bad vibe, that's for sure. I was getting a bad vibe from this one guy. Um, and but you know, I just kept going. I was heading back, really. But I was still collecting cans as I was heading back. And all of a sudden, there was more than one person. I said I got a bad vibe from one person, but then all of a sudden there was several people around me, and I couldn't hear what they were saying because I was listening to music on headphones. But one guy was coming at me, holding a cell phone case, a case for a cell phone, but with no smartphone in it, just an empty case. I didn't know what he was saying. It looked like he was offering it to me, like, "Oh, do you want this or something?" I was like, "I don't need that." Like, I don't need that. And I knew that trouble was going to start, though. Like, I could just feel it. And he was coming at me. Like, he was coming at me. He did try to assault me right there. So I fucking ran for my life. I ran as fast as I could out of that strip mall, right straight to the road, in the most public area I could get to. And I was fast, and I outran him. And he must have been half my age. Okay, he must have been in his 20s. I'm in my 40s, but I totally outran him. There were 2 times when I was running, I have to slow myself down because I'm running so fast. I'm gonna fall face forward, and then I'll be in trouble. He'll get me then. And so I outran him. But you know, it took a lot out of me to do that. So once I felt that I was a safe enough distance away, I couldn't see him anymore. I stopped running to try to catch my breath. And there was another guy coming close to me on a bike, and I couldn't hear what he was saying. I took my headphones off. He said, "Watch your back, watch your back." And before you know it, the first guy, the one who was coming at me with the cell phone case and who I was running from, he's coming at me again. But this time he's on a bike. Okay, I couldn't outrun the bike. I tried. I ran out into the road. I remember, like, I was back and forth with the road. I went up to a lady on the sidewalk. She wouldn't help me. Then I went to a car. The car, I believe, I mean, it's happened so fast. I believe it actually turned around. Like, it stopped and turned around. It would not Nobody would help me. And, the guy rode his bike right into me, and I fell as a result of the bike being ridden into me. I fell onto the concrete road. It's a busy road too, but it wasn't a lot of traffic because it was early in the morning. And I hit my head on the road. And that's when I thought I was going to die. When I was down on the ground and this guy and another one was around me, I thought I was going to die. I went down. I also braced myself with my hand. So that's how I broke my finger. So I was down and with my hand, and my head hit the road. I thought, this is it. This is how you're going to die. You've got to get out of this situation. So, like, I wasn't really giving up. And he was saying, "Where's my cell phone? Give me my cell phone back. Give me my cell phone back." So he was accusing me of stealing his cell phone. I would never steal a cell phone. I never took anybody's cell phone. I was out collecting bottles and cans. Okay, I never took anybody's cell phone. I would never take that. In the process, though, of falling, my cell phone, which is my headphones, my music, fell out of my pocket, as well as my prescription sunglasses, really nice prescription sunglasses, Maui Jim brand, with blue mirror reflective lenses. I mean, you see pictures of them all the time on my YouTube. And those are prescription sunglasses with polarized lenses. They're worth $1,000, but nobody's going to be able to wear them, use them, because they're my prescription. And I have a weird prescription, a very strong and weird prescription. Like, I've never met anybody with the same prescription as me. So who's going to be able to wear? Nobody's going to be able to wear these sunglasses. They're useless to anybody but me. Okay. But he's like, "Where's my cell phone? Where's my cell phone?" I'm like, I don't have your cell phone. Take that one. I actually said that. I actually did say that because I all I cared about was getting out of there. Like, I didn't even know why he was coming at me before this. I thought he was just coming at me to rob me or something. So I was like, "Well, take my cell phone, like, just let me go." Like, I didn't wanna die. And so, I suppose he did, I don't know, he stopped coming at me after that point, and and I ran my way back to where I live, and, I went straight to the office and to the manager, the landlord, I'm screaming, "I'm attacked, I've been attacked, I've been attacked." So he let me in and he got some paper towels and was like, I didn't even know I was bleeding on my head. I didn't even know I was bleeding, okay? And I was bleeding profusely, actually, and he got some paper towels and helped me get the bleeding down to stop, and he called 911, and, like, I didn't even think I needed it. But I did. Like, so, like, the ambulance came oh, no, not an ambulance, police came, and, I told the police all about what happened, and then one of them drove me to the hospital, and because they said, "You're probably gonna need stitches for that." And so, I was at the hospital, and luckily, it wasn't too busy, and I did get stitches. I've never had stitches in my whole life, okay? But this guy and I think he was, like, on his practicum, he's, like, a doctor in training, but he was really good, and he stitched it up, sewed it up, and he said that I go to my nurse because I have a nurse, since I don't have a doctor, I have a nurse. I'll go to the nurse in a week from now to get the stitches taken out, okay? And that I probably will have a scar there, but, like, at least it won't be as bad because of the stitching, I guess, and, and then they also sent me for an X-ray because I was saying, my finger, I can't s I couldn't make my finger be straight, and it's hurting, and it had blood on it too. So, I had an X-ray, and the X-ray came back, and they said, "Oh, you broke your finger. You broke the bone in your finger." And so he put this splint on it, and I can't remember how long he said, like, it was like a month or something, or like 2 months, like, a long time that I have to have this splint on my finger, and, to keep it straight because so that it heals straight, otherwise it'll be curled forever. And so, he gave me an extra splint too. He gave me 2 extra of these Band-Aids and said I have to keep it dry. Um, but that's just for a week. The splint is gonna be a lot longer. And, and then I also got a tetanus shot, because it's been more than 10 years since I had that, and I asked them because I didn't have my phone, right? Like, these people took my phone, so I couldn't take any pictures of myself. So I asked them there, the nurse and the doctor, to take a picture of me before it was stitched up. So that's the picture that you're seeing as the intro, like, the thumbnail on this video. A nurse took a picture and emailed it to me, and, I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it was that happened, and, I mean, it wasn't dark out or anything, it was just early morning, okay? And, and when I left the hospital, I was trying to walk back, and I couldn't because I was scared that they were gonna attack me again, and I noticed I couldn't walk very well, there's a problem with my knee as well, which I didn't tell anyone, to the doctors, I didn't know there was a problem with my knee, and so I couldn't walk very well, and if they were gonna come at me, there's no way I would have been able to run like how I was running before. You should have seen how out of breath I was too when I got to the office, like, I was panting. So, I just went back to the hospital and I waited for the bus across the street. I didn't even have bus fare with me. The bus driver took one look at me and just waved me on. He didn't expect me to pay. Okay. And, so that's how I got home. And then I had to make sure I had to get my cell phone secured because I don't have a password on it or anything. So those people can go in and they can do everything. They could have gone in and deleted this YouTube channel for all I this is what I was worried about, or deleted my videos or whatever. So but I've secured it. I've changed all the passwords for everything, and I've actually, like, shut down the phone. So, there's it's not connected to any of my accounts anymore. It's like factory reset, basically. I was able to do that remotely. Um, so that's good because I was worried that they would be able to get all sorts of stuff. I mean, maybe they could have while I was at the hospital. Who knows what they got? But I mean, they didn't do anything to this channel, so should be fine. So wearing my wristband from the hospital, like fuck. And really nice guy in the hospital, in the waiting room, came up to me and was like, "Are you okay? Like, how are you?" And he had like an angelic, soft, very soft presence. And I just said, well, I said what happened. And then I asked to borrow his phone because I don't have a phone, so that I could call someone. I don't know anybody's phone numbers off by heart except for my ex-husband. So I called him to let him know what was going on, that I was okay, but that this had happened, and so he could tell my mom and everyone. So he did. I just talked to him again. But I had to get I'm gonna call my parents and all that, but I had to get my YouTube and my Google accounts, anything connected to that phone, I had to get that secure first, okay? And then I wanted to make this video to, document what happened as soon as possible after the incident. Then I'm gonna call my mom and let her know I'm okay. Well, I'm sure she knows I'm okay. Let her know what happened. But, it's the first time in my life that I ever had stitches. It's the first time in my life that I ever broke a bone. I've never had a broken bone my whole life. I've been very lucky. It's the first time in my life that I've ever been attacked, assaulted like that, you know? And I've lived in some pretty rough areas. Like, I've lived in the downtown east side of Vancouver. I've lived in Surrey, like the worst parts of Surrey. Nothing like this has ever happened. I think it reflects very poorly on Kamloops. I really do. I really do. The fact that I was not able to go a year living here without this shit happening to me, I think it tells you what kind of a cesspool Kamloops is. It really is a hole. And I want to leave. I want to leave. But it's easier said than done. But I'm trying. And I don't feel safe here. And even the nurse in the hospital said, you can't walk around by yourself. I mean, think about that. You can't walk around by yourself in Kamloops. That's what the nurse in the hospital said. Well, I am by myself. Like, I don't have someone to walk with me everywhere I go. So, like, and I don't want to be a shut-in all the time, like, so, but she's right. And I really think this is a bad place. I really do. It's worse than Vancouver in so many ways. In so many ways. The housing crisis is worse, and the crime is worse, and the homelessness is worse. And I think it really needs to shape up. Like, really. Like, this is pathetic. But, I don't want to go too much into that right now. Like, it's still hitting me what happened. Like, I was crying a little bit in the hospital, just thinking, like, how close it was to me dying. Like, I thought I was gonna die, and I didn't know what it was terrifying. Like, I didn't know why they were after me. So, and I'm scared that I'm gonna see him again. But I think that, I mean, it should be okay because his motive was that he thought that I stole his cell phone. Okay, well, and he seemed to believe me that I didn't. Like, 'cause, like, I dropped yeah, I not only did I lose my so he stole my cell phone in the end. I dropped my cell phone, my sunglasses, and a bag that I was carrying that had, the empty cans in it. So he could see that there was nothing in that bag in terms of a cell phone. So that's when he backed off. So I don't think he would still be after me at this point, or any of these people would still be after me at this point, if they know that I didn't take the cell phone and now they've taken mine. So like whatever, like so, but still, I am scared. I am scared. And that's all I can say. I mean, I should go to sleep. I've been up all night. Do you think I'm gonna be able to sleep? No, I can't sleep. I can't sleep right now. And it puts my other problems into perspective as well. None of this crying over Reese BS anymore. Because I need to be thankful that I'm alive, and I need to pray more. It was the day before this that I was almost hit by a car. I had a bad feeling. I had a bad feeling about going out this morning. I really did, actually. So I should have listened to my intuition. I need to calm down. I need to take this shirt off. I need to get cool. So that's what's happened. Peace out, everybody.